All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all glory, honor, and praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. This is Brother Kasha Quala from the GMS Atlanta Church. All right, coming back at you with another lesson. And this lesson is going to pertain around laying your life down. Okay? So I'm just go ahead and jump right into it. This is John chapter 15, verse 12. It says, "This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you." Verse 13, greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. That's right. I'll continue to verse 14. "Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you." That's right. All right. So there's no greater love than if you lay down your life for this. Okay. All right. There's no greater love if you lay down your life for this. So we're gonna go ahead and commence in the breakdown of this. This is John chapter 15 and 12. It says, Salakia. All right. This is John 15 and 12. It says, "This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you." So let's get the word loved. Okay. Or love. This is agapeo in the Greek, or agapeo in the Greek. It says of persons, to welcome, all right, to entertain, to be fond of, to love dearly, all right, to be well pleased, all right, to be contended at or with the thing. So the point, to be fond of, to love dearly, to be well pleased. All right. So when you go back and read this is John chapter 15, verse 12. "This is my commandment, that you love one another, that you be well pleased with one another, that you be fond of one another, that you love one another dearly." Okay, as I have loved you, because the Lord is pleased and he holds fond and loves dearly the elect 144. Okay, because that was his gift, Yahweh Shai. All right, because this is Yahweh Shai speaking. This is John chapter 15 and 13. "Greater love hath no man than this." So we understand he's like, yo, ain't nobody has greater love than this. So he's about to tell us what that love is. Okay. So it says, "Greater love have no man than this." Let's get the word love right here. It's agape in the Greek. It says affection, goodwill, love, benevolence, brotherly love. Okay. Okay. And brotherly love. All right. It says greater love. So there's no greater brotherly love than this. Okay. So greater love have no man than this, that he laid down his life for his friends. Okay. I'm going to read verse 14 because they go together. "Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you." Okay. Yahweh Shai laid his life down for the elect 144, because the 144 is his gift, also his friends. So he was ready to lay his life down. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get a quick precept. One of my favorite scriptures. Okay. That when I first got in the truth, I found, well, through the apostles and elders from learning. Okay. It's Psalm chapter 116 and 15. And it reads, "Precious in the sight of the Lord is the death of his saints." That's right. It says precious in the sight of the Lord, the death of his saints. So the word precious is yaquar. All right. Yaquar. Yaquara. Yaquar. All right. So it says valuable, prized, weighty, precious, rare, splendid, costly, heavily valued. Okay. Or precious stones or jewels. Okay. Weighty, influential. All right. So precious are you to have Yahweh Shai consider you a friend. All right. And for him to lay down his life for you. Precious are you. Okay. Continuing. Precious in the sight of the Lord, Yahweh, is the death of his saints. When you go into the word saint, I'm not mistaken, it should be Kodash. Kodash. Nah, it's not Kodash in this. But it says faithful, fine, faithful, kind, godly, holy one, which is equivalent to Kodash. All right. Godly, faithful ones. Okay. That's a saint. All right. Yahushua is the ultimate saint. Okay. Because he laid down his life and he was precious in the sight of the Lord. Okay. Even when you read Isaiah 53, it pleased the Most High to bruise him. We looked up the word love. All right. We looked up the word love. Let's see if we can find it one more time. Agape. Salakia. That's not the one I wanted. Salakia. It's this one. Agapeo. And it says love dearly. All right, to be fond of. When you read Isaiah 53, it said it pleased the Lord. Okay, because what? He was well pleased. If it pleased the Lord to bruise him, that means he loved Yahushua. Okay, all right. And the same thing goes for Yahushua. He loved us. All right. So since we're using the word love a lot, let's get what love is. It's a classic scripture. Salaki. 2 John. 2 John 1:6. It says, and this is love, that we walk. Let's see if that's the same word. Yep, agape. All right. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments, that this is the commandment that ye have heard from the beginning, ye shall walk in it. So what did he say right here in verse 14? Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you. Okay. So if you love one another, you're going to do what Yahushua commanded you to do. And this is his commandment. This is my commandment, that you love one another. Now, if you love Yahushua, like it clearly states in 2 John 1:6, and this is love, that we walk after his commandments, you're going to keep the commandment of loving one another. All right. You love one another. You'll lay your life down for one another without hesitation, man. Okay. You give your body as a living sacrifice. All right. Ye are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you. That's right. Okay. Precious in the sight of the Lord, the death of his saints. That's right. So I'm going to get a quick account. All right. In the book of Judges to show you what love is. All right. To show you how you love one another, to show you how you lay your life down for one another. All right. So this is an account about Jephthah. All right. He was a man of Israel. Okay. He was a man of valor. As you can, I'm going to read Judges 11:1. Now, Jephthah, the Gileadite, was a mighty man of valor, and he was a son of an harlot. And Gilead begot Jephthah. All right. So he was a mighty man. All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump down all the way to verse 30. All right. And Jephthah vowed a vow unto the Lord Yahweh and said, if thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into my hands, because when you read up, the king of Ammon came against Jephthah and was like, you took some land that belongs to us. But Jephthah went back in the records and sent the messengers like, nah, nigga, that's not what happened. Okay. Because when you read Deuteronomy, the first and second chapter, the Lord specifically told us the lands to go into and take, and the lands and the people not to even mess with. And he specifically told us not to mess with. He specifically told us not to mess with the Ammonites, the Moabites, or the Edomites. So the king of Ammon was bearing false witness toward the children of Israel, saying that we took some of his land, which wasn't the case. All right. And Jephthah told him that all right here. Okay. Because when we asked to pass through the land, they forbade us. So we stayed in the land of Kadesh, if I'm not mistaken. All right. So we didn't take none of the land. All right. But now he wants to come up against us. So he's starting an unnecessary war with us that the king of Ammon did not prevail. All right. As we're going to read. So it said, and Jephthah vowed a vow unto the Lord and said, and when you vow a vow, that's like making a promise. And you have to keep that. All right. It's like us when we got this truth, when we were chosen and we accepted it. Okay. Which ultimately was the spirit of the Lord that made us accept. That was a vow in itself right there. So if you fall out, you'll get the sword. Like it says in Sirach 26 and 28. Okay. So continuing. All right. Matter of fact, I'm going to get that just for edification purposes. All right. Salakia for, it's your spirit. All right. So Ecclesiasticus chapter 26 and 28. All right. I'm going to get that real quick because that's a heavy verse. This is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 26 and 28. There be two things that grieve my heart, and the third maketh me angry. A man of war that suffereth poverty. That's us right now because we're going to warfare. Men of understanding that are not set by. That's right. Folly is set at great dignity. The rich sit in low places. We're not set by, but we're men of understanding. So we're rich in spirit, rich in wisdom, rich in knowledge, rich in understanding. But the so-called white man's a fucking idiot, and he doesn't have us set by. All right. And one that returneth from righteousness to sin. Okay. So you get this truth. You vow to vow, but you turn around and disregard it again. Okay. So instead of making a 180 turn, you make a 360. All right. So because you're facing one way, when you make a 360, you're facing the same way that you started from. You make a 180 and turn your back from the ways you used to be. All right. So a one that returneth from righteousness to sin, the Lord prepared such a one for the sword. Okay. So if you make a vow and make a promise, you got to stick by it, or you're going to get the sword from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right. Continuing in Judges, verse 30. And Jephthah vowed a vow unto the Lord, so he couldn't turn back from it. All right. And said, if thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into my hands, okay, then it shall be whatsoever cometh forth of the doors of my house to meet me, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be the Lord's. So whatever comes out my door, I will give unto you. All right. It says, and I will offer it up as a burnt offering. All right. Verse 32. So Jephthah passed over unto the children of Ammon and fought against them, and the Lord delivered them into his hands. Because what? He vowed a vow. The Lord heard that, and he delivered the Ammonites into his hands. So going on to verse 33. And he smote from Aroer, even till thou come to Minnith, even 20 cities, and unto the plain of the vineyards, and a very great slaughter. Thus the children of Ammon were subdued before the children of Israel. All right, verse 34. And Jephthah came to Mizpeh. All right, and this city right here had a lot of battles. You can read about Mizpeh over in the book of Maccabees too, man. They always was setting camp there, always having battle in this city. All right, so continuing unto his house, and behold, his daughter came out to meet with him with timbrels and with dances, because she was excited that what? He took down the Ammonites. All right. She was his only child. Beside her, he had neither nor a son nor daughter. That's his only child. You could tell that he loved her dearly. All right. Only child. Okay. And he vowed the vow, whatever comes out of his door to meet, he'll give it up for a burnt offering. And the first somebody to come out the door was his only daughter. His only little girl, his only little child was the first one to come out the door. But he vowed a vow. He had to make that promise. But the first one to come out the door was his child. Okay? So continue to verse 35. And it came to pass when he saw her that he rent his clothes and said, he was like, no. You know what I'm saying? Mourning. The moment she stepped out, probably in tears, because he remembered the vow that he made to the Lord. All right. Alas, my daughter. He said, alas, my daughter. Okay. Thou hast brought me very low. and thou art one of them that trouble me. For I have opened my mouth unto the Lord, and I cannot go back. He made a promise to the Lord. You can't go back in this truth, man. You can't go back in this truth. Once you get this truth, you lay your life down for Yahushua. He laid his life down for you. If you love him, you vowed a vow when you got this truth. Whether you said it, whether you didn't say it, you accepted the truth. That's a vow. Okay? That's a promise you promised to the Lord, man. You got to keep your promise until the end. And you will get a reward no matter what. If you got to lay your life down, if you got to perish. But we read it in Psalm 116. Precious in the sight of the Lord, the death of his saints. So even if it comes down to that predicament, you got to do it. That's called love. Okay? Continuing. He said, Salakia, he said, alas, my daughter, thou hast brought me very low, and thou art one of them that trouble me. For I open up my mouth unto the Lord, and I cannot go back. He made a promise. Verse 36, and she said unto him, my father, if thou hast opened thy mouth unto the Lord, do to me according to that which hath proceeded out of my mouth. Okay? This is the little girl speaking back to Jephthah. Okay? She said, you know what? You made the vow. I got to do what I got to do and lay my life down for the Lord. This is a girl, man. This is a little girl, his little daughter. What's so more us? She took it upon her to lay her life down for Yahweh, for Jephthah. Okay, she didn't hesitate to say this. Again, Judges 11 and 36. And she said unto him, my father, if thou hast opened thy mouth unto the Lord, do to me according to that which hath proceeded out of thy mouth. And what did he say? And what did he say? He said, verse 30, and Jephthah vowed a vow unto the Lord and said, if thou shalt deliver, shall without fail deliver the children of Ammon to my hands, then it shall be that whatsoever cometh forth from the doors of my house to meet me, which was his daughter, that when I return in peace from the children of Ammon shall surely be the Lord's, that whatever comes out to meet me is yours. And I will offer it up for a burnt offering. He has to offer his little only daughter as a burnt offering unto the Lord. And guess what she said? She said, verse 36, and she said unto him, my father, if thou hast opened thy mouth up unto the Lord, do to me according to which have proceeded out of thy mouth. She knew she had to go up as a burnt offering. She knew she had to lay her life down. She didn't hesitate. Okay? For as much as the Lord hath taken vengeance of thine enemies, even of the children of Ammon, she's like, I'll be the burnt offering. The Lord took vengeance on our enemies. The Lord listened to you. The Lord gave you a victory. For that, I will lay my life down. I will lay my life down without hesitation. That's what she said, man. Continuing, verse 37. And she said unto her father, let this thing be done for me. Let me alone 2 months, that I may go up and down upon the mountains and bewail my virginity. Okay, I think that word virginity, when you look it up, is Bathwalim. All right, and I and my fellows, her fellows are her handmaids. Okay, and it says, verse 38, he said, go, and he sent her away for 2 months, and she went with her companions, her handmaids, okay, and bewailed her virginity upon the mountains. Virginity, Bathwalim, I think. All right. Yep, Bathwalim. Virginity, okay. Her being a young lady. All right. It says, and it came to pass at the end of the 2 months that she returned unto her father, like she said she would. And he did according to his vow, which he had vowed. She knew no man. She was a virgin. And it was a custom in Israel that the daughters of Israel went yearly to lament the daughter of Jephthah the Gileadite 4 days in a year. All right. She laid her life down. She laid her life down. Jephthah made the sacrifice and didn't go back on his word. We got this truth. We lay our life down. I'm going to finish it off with this. All right, John 15:12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I loved you. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends. You do whatsoever I command you, man. All right, I hope this lesson was edifying. All right, it's a heavy lesson. You know, I can feel it in the spirit right now. Heavy lesson. You lay your life down, man. You lay your life down for your friends. You lay your life down for Yahushua. If you consider yourself a friend of Yahushua, you lay your life down. Okay? The brother Atazamam said it last night. You know, the brothers you're around, we're friends in Yahushua. Nothing else. If you ain't with Yahushua, I can't kick it with you. We're friends in Yahushua. So we lay our life down for one another in Yahushua. If you lay your life down for a friend that's in Yahushua, you're laying your life down for Yahushua. Okay? Again, I hope this lesson was edifying, man. And I want to give all glory, honor, and praises unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Ba'ashem Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, love, salutation to the elect 144 first fruit. All right, this is Brother Kasha Kuala. Until next time, I want to say shalom.